Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
Hey, Babe.
Hey, Babe.
What's shaking?
Nothing. Just
Nothing
kidding.
at all. Did
Just
you like
kidding.
that pre-show routine that we just went through there?
Yeah, that was very professional.
That was fun, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Did you like my directing?
Oh yeah, I like to be directed.
That's some good direction for you there, huh?
As the creative director, I love to take direction.
Creative directors usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how are y'all doing out there? How's the emotional distancing going for you? I feel like I'm doing pretty good with the emotional distancing. Like I've had a problem with it in the past, but I feel like now I'm really starting to get this ability to emotionally distance myself.
Oh, you mean like you had a problem with being emotionally distant in the past? Is that what you're saying?
No, I had a problem emotionally distancing, but now
That's what I said.
a problem.
That's what I mean. I mean, were you actually having a problem being emotionally distant in the past and in comparison to now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting way better at being emotionally distant.
Okay.
And I was just wondering how our viewers and our listeners are, falling in that, are falling in line with that too.
Like their score.
Yeah, what's your emotional distancing score? Because, we're all supposed to be emotionally distant with this global pandemic and whatnot, these shelter in place and quarantine orders.
Right? I don't know if I would say that in the past, like if we're talking about like the long ago past, I don't know if I would say that your score of being emotionally distant was like a low score. I would say you were probably like a higher score.
High score.
Yeah, you were like in the B+ range.
Like
there
if I was
for
on
a
a
while.
really good run with Street Fighter 2, and at the end I put in my initials and I was like, my initials? And if at the end and I put in my initials, hey, have another drink.
Hey.
Yeah, then I'd be like, whoa, I'm second place.
Yeah.
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 That was me at emotional distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're talking like the 2003 to like 2009 kind of era, maybe.
Just that short 6-year span.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's good. That's good to hear.
But
so I'm doing better now.
So now I mean, like I'd say you're less emotionally distant from me. Now, if you're talking about other people, maybe you have worked on emotionally distancing yourself from others, as like a survival technique.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But not our dear listeners and viewers.
No.
No.
Never.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
I'm very emotionally available and present with them.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're all supposed to do it. It's part of the deal now, It's COVID-19, man.
For health.
Yeah.
For health and wellness.
Yes.
You're being emotionally distant.
Yeah.
Okay.
The governor told us to, I think. So did Trump.
Then that is what I will tell like people that find me emotionally distant or emotionally unavailable. I'll just be like, I'm just
Gavin told me.
Following orders here. Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Gavin told me to do it. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Good. Let us know how you're doing on the emotional distancing out there on the interwebs.
So does this directly relate to social distancing? Are the two like a hand-in-hand couple?
Social distancing.
And
Fuck.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be social distancing this whole time? Oh my God. I've been hanging out with so many people. Shaking hands, fist bumping, hugging.
Are you trying to kill me?
Sharing big gulps.
Did you share a big gulp with Charlie today?
No, we each got our own big gulp.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, we had to pay for it, and then the man behind the counter could have been a woman. Hey, listen.
Was it ambiguous?
No.
Oh.
No, it was just, a woman can do that job too. But in this case, it was a man.
I think it's okay to say that there was a man at the 7-Eleven that gave you your big gulp. I don't see people being mad at that.
That's kind of the joke.
Shame.
Yeah, anyway, I bought it, and then so it's taking like 3 times as long to go through the line. Because, then like if somebody orders any sort of food item, which, geez.
At 7-Eleven?
Oh, you'd be amazed.
What do they eat
how
at
much food
7-Eleven?
they sell. I mean, delicious pizzas.
When I say they, I will never eat there.
Wings, hot dogs,
Ugh.
all manner of, baked and fried goods, chicken tenders. There was a lady who was buying like 10 scratchers at a time.
Wow.
In front of me. Like, oh, I want 10 of 33 and 10 of 22.
Oh, wow.
I know. She was going for it.
She was passing the time with gambling.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
You got to keep entertained out there. That's all part of the deal, man.
I do feel like there's a certain amount of genius to what 7-Eleven offers, because through the years they have been preparing people for social distancing and sheltering in place, right?
Really?
Well, yeah, because they offer alcohol,
Yeah.
sugar,
Yeah.
junk food,
Right.
gambling,
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Okay. Ice cream.
I mean, this is how you pass the time, when you can't do anything else.
Why didn't we get into the 7-Eleven game? We decided to waste our talent on the podcast game and various other side projects.
You know what? I tell myself all the time that I'm in the wrong business. Like, for instance, when I heard that the guy that owns like 10 locations of medical marijuana, dispensaries or whatever, is not only staying open, but just bought a brand new mansion. I'm like, damn, man, maybe I'm in the wrong business.
Totally. Yeah. Anyway.
Side note, though. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Oh.
I just had a genius idea.
Oh.
If
Okay, should you say it here? Because
Yeah.
maybe somebody will take it.
Oh, they'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, so
if you take this idea, then just write us a check. Just do the right thing. Okay?
Yeah. It'll feel really good.
$50,000, $500,000. That just depends on how much you make. Just whatever. Treat us right.
So, how about if you can get marijuana at the 7-Eleven?
Oh yeah, so basically a dispensary just starts selling all of the 7-Eleven stuff too.
Oh, I was thinking more like the 7-Eleven would just start stocking the dispensary stuff. They become a wholesaler of cannabis, and
yeah.
Then you really be talking. We're talking like a one-stop shop, and if they get a drive-through.
A drive-through. What if they had? See, all I want is like, I think they should have like Diet Mountain Dew, like infused with cannabis or something like that. That'd be great.
Oh wow. Like a high-low, huh?
Diet, though.
Oh,
okay, so you're being healthy.
Good. You're keeping those diabetes away, right?
Keeping away the beatus.
That's a horrible thing to say.
Keeping away the Rona, keeping away the beatus.
At the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I hope all you folks aren't too jarred by the fact that we've kind of had a little location change.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
We decided that in this time of, of people like really needing comfort and, entertainment, fun things to do, that we should move this from kind of the cold stainless steel, like modern look that we had in our first 2 video episodes into the fireside version. So this is the fireside chat.
Yeah,
like
but
when President Carter or whatever came on and did the chat.
I got you. I mean, these chairs are a little bit presidential. Pushed together, they look like a couch.
Yeah.
But what's the fireside? Is the fire the TV?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because we can't afford a fireplace.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm thankful that we don't have a fireplace.
Are you?
Yeah. For like heat and stuff.
Oh, not for heat, dude.
I mean, a fire is kind of fun sometimes. The rest of the time is just like a dirty pain in the ass.
It is sort of just like a dirty hole in the side of your house.
Yeah.
that sucks.
You burn stuff.
All the
and,
heat out.
It just like releases these clouds of smoke into the air like constantly. And you're just like, okay.
And then you have to clean it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say I don't really miss the whole fireplace situation. We've had many iterations of that fireplace over the years.
We've had a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Living here in Shasta County, it's a popular item.
Mm-hmm. Burning the wood, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fireside is a lovely Ken Burns style slideshow of the stock photos from Apple or whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know, so listen to the crackle of Japanese maple red leaves, you know,
Yeah.
swishing as you walk through them, you know.
Was that your haiku? That almost sounded like a
Listen to
haiku.
them. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to count it up.
We have been watching that James May, art man in Japan,
That's right.
and he did a lot of haikus.
That's right.
And it sort of made me think about all of the horrible poetry that I wrote as a child, including haikus. Spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah, so anyway, that's why we're coming to you from the chairs. Does that make sense? I'm so fucking funny. Look what I did. I stopped the podcast.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're sitting in chairs and we're talking. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think everybody at home. Oh, cheers.
Well,
Click, click.
cheers. Yeah, look, what is this?
Oh,
This dark liquid that we're working with here.
I think it's called Bare Necessities.
Bare necessities. BEAR?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
Is
also
that because
the
bears need it?
BARE of necessities because of shelter in place. You see, it's a survival elixir. You know,
Bare necessities survival elixir.
it's like, you know, in Zelda,
Mm-hmm.
you know how your heart gets all like depleted, right?
Yeah.
You have like 12 hearts
My
for some
heart.
reason.
Ah.
And we only have one. And
Right.
and so in real life, and then, you know, if it gets down to just like 1/3 of your heart being alive, you have to drink an elixir.
That's right. Bare necessities.
That's this.
Yeah, so this is some of the dark necessities. Spritzer.
Spritzer.
So cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, so what's up? What the fuck are we doing today? What are we talking about?
We're like adding to this playlist, okay?
Okay.
Like everybody needs something to do
Right.
everybody needs something to do anyway, okay? But during this time, you really need something to do.
Yeah, you need something to keep yourself entertained and occupied. I really don't think that's the problem because there's just so much to keep yourself entertained and occupied
okay.
with.
What's the problem?
It's just nice to have. I think the problem is like actually, now I got burps. I think that's the problem.
You have burps, and that's what is hindering your sheltering in place?
No, I think the problem is more like actually directing your attention and your effort into like something that's actually productive.
Oh.
You know, like at least when you're not, you know, maybe you're taking a little time off. Maybe you're playing a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Maybe you're not taking a lot of showers or, you know, with the exact like desired frequency that would be like optimal by other people that have to like smell you and stuff, you know, and who might want to like, you know, kiss or hug you.
Yeah. Like, I gotta say, you could do with more regular intervals of teeth brushing and showering. Yeah.
Are you really going to put me on blast right now?
Hell yeah, boy.
Yeah, so anyway, there's a little digression for you. But keeping this thing on rails, man, like, yeah, dude, we're adding to the COVID-19 mixtape playlist, right?
Which I feel like is pretty solid so far.
I feel like it's pretty solid. We had a really fun time just like talking about it and thinking about ideas.
We just thought about ideas. We didn't actually come up with any, but we
Yeah.
thought about having an idea.
We did. We wrote things down. We wrote it in a notebook, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Digital notebook of sorts.
You know, like in Dick Tracy, you know, where Al Pacino, you know, he's having a thought. Like, I'm having a thought.
Yeah.
And then, nope, it's gone.
Yeah, that's a weird part of that movie.
Right. Like they spend like 30 seconds or more each time. And he's like, I'm having a thought.
Oh, does he do it multiple
I'm
times?
having a thought.
Holy shit!
It's like
really?
he's gonna sneeze,
Oh, okay. Oh,
and then nothing happens. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like this show. Kind of like how nothing happens.
We'll leave that up to the viewers to decide.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
art is in the eye of the beholder.
That's what I heard.
Okay, good.
You heard with Purd.
I want to make sure you heard it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So what are we going to put on this playlist?
Oh, yeah. So the COVID-19 mixtape, right, that we're working on, that we're slowly building up to. We've had 4 episodes so far of the COVID-19 mixtape themes, right?
Yeah.
Themes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we just thought it'd be fun to just keep going, man. So we're just going to keep going. And this is week 5 of the COVID-19 mixtape themed episodes.
Okay.
This is episode 5 within the greater number of episodes, which is 46.
I think I got it. 19 plus 5
There's
equals 46.
So there's like 46 episodes overall. And then so there have been a few themes throughout. There's been like some potpourri episodes. There's been us talking about like our story.
Right.
Right? So that was like the first 10 or something, 9 or 10
Yeah.
or something like that. And then now we're in this crazy, quarantine situation with the pandemic and whatnot. And now we're doing episodes each week. That's
each week of the pandemic.
The pandemic. Though how does that work out if we, say happen to decide to record 2 episodes in 1 week? Are we liars?
Well, sure, because then we're not live. So when you don't do something live, you're always a liar. It's all smoke and mirrors, man.
Was Henry Rollins talking about me with that liar song?
I hope not. Man, that'd be pretty harsh.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he even knows me.
So,
in fact, I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
One thing that I've learned in working in like photography and video is that it's all lies. All lies, unless it's 100% live and unedited.
Okay.
And even then it can be a lie because, you watch the news and it's supposed to be live. That's a fucking lie. Depending on whatever you're watching,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. It's what a world.
It's showbiz, baby.
Yeah. I mean, bright lights, big city.
Bright lights, maybe. When there's some bright lights.
Yeah, man. Are you feeling the pressure?
No way, man.
Like Mumbles
I'm
and
chill.
Dick Tracy?
You're going to put me under the hot lights? You're going to sweat it out of me? Because I sweat a lot better in the dark. Can you tell I watched that movie a couple times?
Maybe. It seems like it rolls right off the tongue. So, yeah, you might notice, we're trying to bring the calm. We're trying to bring the fireside chat vibe, presidential,
Do you feel presidential right now?
No.
Do you feel presidential in a Trump kind of way?
No.
Like...
No, I feel like I'm
good.
maybe bullshitting slightly less.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in general or
Oh,
on
you
this
think I'm
on this
bullshitting as much as
episode?
Trump right now?
Oh, less than Trump.
Yeah.
I thought you meant less than normal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Well, anyway, what was that? What were we talking about there?
What song are we adding to the playlist this week?
Not to get off track or anything again, but yeah. So anyway, where I was going with that is that we're reaching a state of desperation for some people. We want to bring the calm. I think this thing, there's going to be ups and downs or whatever. It's going to be better sometimes, worse other times. I mean, we've been super lucky still. And nobody we know has been directly affected sickness wise by it. As far as we know, nobody's died.
Right.
That is like a close friend or relative or anybody. So that's really lucky. And I know there are people going through bad stuff out there.
For sure.
We've been lucky. But I think right now, this week's theme is Desperation number 5, which is a song by Scott Weiland off of his his 1998 12 bar blues solo album.
Yeah. And he's no longer with us. So
Right.
he did have a lot of real life desperation that had nothing to do with us, obviously.
Yeah. Is that like a Chanel number 5 thing or whatever? So yeah.
Yeah, so he's pulling in the glam.
Oh, it's the glam type of thing?
Yeah.
Because like perfume is sort of like a desperation move a little bit too, right? It's sort of like
Only you would think that. Like if you were in perfume, man, you were desperate.
I don't think so necessarily, but I mean, I think for some people it might be like it's like, oh, I got to put on this.
Yeah, yeah. There's a certain amount of insecurity I think that goes along with, really trying to make sure that you don't stink. So you must be really confident these days. Look at me. I took the Tony Hinchcliffe masterclass.
Super burn.
And now all I can do is burn you. All your dreams have come true.
Wow.
Sorry. I'm gonna apologize ahead of time because I think I'm gonna do it again.
What celebrity do I look like?
Oh my gosh. See, these are the trick questions that I don't know. You know what? You know what's funny, actually? So
No, I'm trying to like write a roast joke for you.
Oh, I know.
Of me.
But you know what?
We shouldn't do that because
No, don't do that.
I was gonna, probably make fun of like some minority group or something, and then I get canceled.
Don't
And
do that.
I have zero fame.
Don't do that.
How did I get canceled?
Don't do that.
We're in this, cancel culture, man.
I mean, can you cancel something no one's watching?
We could cancel it.
That's true. So, okay. Here's the irony. If you asked me what celebrity do you look like, I would have said Scott Weiland. Because when we first met, you totally had the Scott Weiland thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like
Right.
Shaved head, goatee, right?
Yeah.
You're sort of the same color as Scott Weiland, right?
I think I had probably sideburns and a goatee or something like that.
You did. You totally had that 90s Scott Weiland thing going on.
Oh, man.
And I found that extremely attractive. And so, did you see my little eyes?
Did I see him back then or just now?
Well, you definitely didn't see him back then. Because if you did, you're like, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I don't know what eyes do.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
Like in Westworld.
Yeah.
She's like, that doesn't mean anything to me, or whatever she says.
That doesn't look like anything
That
to me.
doesn't look like anything to me. Her robot default.
Yeah. That reminds me, we got to catch up on Westworld.
Oh, I don't
Or
think
I do,
so.
Anyway.
Anyway.
You're not interested in that bullshit.
I can't handle it right now. So, because the machines, obviously, they're going to take over now. I mean,
Well, of course.
I mean,
like, why else would this be happening?
I mean, there was zero time for machines.
It's either the machines or the giant bugs. Take your pick.
There's giant bugs too?
Yeah. Giant
Where?
bug machines.
Oh, giant bug machines. Is that what I saw on the lamppost when I went for my walk today?
Yeah. You saw 2 giant mosquito eaters mating.
Yeah. The biggest ones I've ever seen.
We're talking 2-3 inches long each.
Oh, more than that.
Really?
We're talking
I was hard to see the scale.
5 inches long each.
Wow.
The biggest ones I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
They must be eating good.
Must be. You know,
Yeah.
Side note, they don't eat. They're only food for other things.
Oh, they don't eat mosquitoes?
Nope.
What do they eat?
Nothing.
How long do they live?
Until something eats it.
So if nothing ate it, it would live indefinitely?
I think that's what happened to these ones. Nothing ate it, and they just kept growing.
2 of them, though.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you think they're like, do they like mate for life? Are they like monogamous? They pair bond?
That would be really,
whatever?
really strange since they don't even have a brain. I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, just instinct or whatever. They're just like, they buzz around, connected butt to butt.
They're
One of them gets really good at like flying backwards, but they have to trade off.
I mean, why?
Hey, at least we can make ourselves laugh.
Why is there a bug that only exists to be eaten by something else? I mean, that's so weird. It has no purpose other than to be food for other
I
animals.
mean, that's a good purpose. Like, but yeah.
But it doesn't eat anything.
Why is it called a
Drink
mosquito
anything.
eater? That's fucked. That's the most fucked up
It
thing.
looks like a mosquito,
Okay.
you know?
But it's like, oh, it's a big mosquito, so it must eat mosquitoes.
I think, though, I think it's like an old wives' tale, you know?
What are they really called? Maybe we'll
Um,
have to look it up on like DuckDuckGo or something.
Oh, yeah.
This episode sponsored by DuckDuckGo.
Maybe in your world.
Right. They don't do any advertising. That's their whole thing or whatever.
Oh.
Well, they don't do like Google.
You mean they don't advertise on Google because they're the anti-Google?
Oh, I don't know if they advertise on Google. Wouldn't that be sort of sick?
That'd be the irony of it all, wouldn't it? I don't know.
I do miss those, those Google search results though. Oh, I miss it.
Okay, back to the music, please. So when this song came out, Desperation #5, like I kind of remember being in a little bit of a desperate situation then.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
What was it? What was the desperation?
Well, it was like right before I moved out of my parents' house.
Desperate to get away
Desperate to get away.
from the rents.
Well, do my own thing and, get my life started and whatnot.
Yeah, have some kids.
Yeah.
Or probably not yet, but like
No,
you're
not at
probably
that
more
moment.
thinking like go to college,
Go to college.
get that Infinity Q45,
Yeah, get you married.
get that money
Uh-huh.
rolling in, that
Uh-huh.
big time lawyer paper.
Oh yeah, art lawyer. That's me.
An art lawyer.
Majoring in art, hoping for law. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I love this album.
Oh yeah. No, this this album like really surprised me. First of all, I had no idea Scott Weiland was going to come out with a solo album.
Right.
So that surprised me.
Yeah.
And I think like maybe like the video came out first or something like that. And so then I was like, oh, that's cool. Like it sounded way different than most of the other stuff that I was listening to then or had listened to previously or whatever. And so, yeah, it definitely hooked me right away. And I think like Stone Temple Pilots, who Scott Weiland was the singer for, like was on hiatus or something because he'd like gotten arrested and got
he was a terrible band member.
Been in and out of rehab
Yeah.
and they'd had to like cancel tours or whatever. And then so like this is the album he was recording probably just right after rehab or maybe during, who knows. But like rehab albums I think are pretty good.
They're usually pretty solid.
Like Want One by Rufus Wainwright, which is another one we were talking about last night.
Very solid.
And this one, yeah, it's like...
Well, you know what they say, great pain makes great art. So...
Yeah.
I think there's something to that, unfortunately. Definitely. But this was like one that I think I just about wore out, this album. But when this video came out, I didn't really know enough about like David Bowie to know that he was just ripping off David Bowie like pretty hardcore.
Huh.
And
because he even like talked about that, I think, and admitted
I'm
right?
sure he did.
And before that, he was all about Mick Jagger and stuff.
Right.
Like Big Bang Baby was basically like Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just didn't get that. And I'd never listened to David Bowie, ever.
You didn't really have that like historical knowledge of that stuff, right?
Right. So to me, it was just like, oh, this is cool. Mm-hmm. This is glam. But I think my glam like experience went back to like Train Spotting.
Oh.
I just didn't have any kind of musical like reference.
How was that glam? Train Spotting was totally dirty and gritty.
Oh, you know the blonde guy?
Yeah.
Well, he was pretty glam.
Was he?
He dressed in suits,
Sick boy.
Sick boy. He wore makeup. Like his hair was platinum blonde.
Okay.
Like he was the slick, sort of glamorous one of the bunch.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's what I equated to like English, like glam rock. It was sort of like, oh, I understand that,
right?
But I'm not like realizing that everything that is English glam rock is David Bowie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and then like I guess that makes me think of like what was that? Velvet Goldmine or something that
Yeah.
had Ewan McGregor in it too, and that was actually
Yeah.
glam.
And that was
technically.
later.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But earlier.
but I really do like glam rock. Like that's sort of my ultimate like mishmash of like sparkle and grit and the slickness of something that's glamorous combined with like the hardness of something that's rock. And so even though I wouldn't consider myself like a huge glam rock genre fan, but the aesthetic is like very cool. So I got really wrapped up in that in this album. It's like a new iteration of it or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really like those contrasts.
I do.
Or whatever. You're all about that.
I am.
The hard and the soft and the dirty and the clean and the
That's
gritty
right.
and
That's
the
right.
glittery.
The tension.
The two
Don't
different
you
waiting
know?
rooms.
That's it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that tension.
Yeah, man.
But I hate tension in real life. I only like it in concept.
You even hate it sometimes in music. Like we were talking about another album last night.
Yeah.
And you were like, this whole album just sets me on edge or whatever. And like, I just can't enjoy it. And it was like, I'm not even going to say what album it was, but it was like so not that to me.
Right.
But I also could sort of like get it from that perspective
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that weirded me out. You're weird, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that week 5 of this whole situation is where desperation sets in. And we talked a little bit about desperation for ourselves. What is that? I mean, I think we've gone through all sorts of versions of what that is, right?
Right.
But I realized that I had a little story about desperation I maybe haven't shared with you.
Oh, really?
But maybe I have. But I thought maybe I'd tell it just for funsies.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So when I was in high school and I was like in my sophomore year and I knew I was going to get out of high school early, right? And I was done with all that. And, I got to a point where I kind of felt like I didn't have much to lose. Grades didn't mean much and consequences didn't really mean too much because I was like, this is over for me. Like I've done this,
Yeah.
That's not a very good place to be in where you feel like the rules don't apply to you, and all that kind of thing. So there was a van that belonged to the school, and I have no idea what they used it for. They probably used it for like disabled people or something really just terrible where like if I had gone through this plan, I would have felt extra bad. But there was this big van and they left the keys in it like multiple times. Whoever was like parking this van was leaving the keys in it.
Yeah.
Well, the keys were not just the keys to the van. They were the keys to the whole school.
Whoa.
Yeah. They were all the keys, the skeleton key, the key to everything. And I was just like, the windows are down, the thing's unlocked. Like I was just like standing there, like looking at those keys, like.
You're like one of those people on McMillions, like trying to do the math.
I'm doing
like,
the math.
This doesn't sound right, but like, so I could get like $45,000 a year for 20 years for doing nothing.
Yeah, I was scheming.
Like,
so I'm imagining. So I don't have a driver's license.
oh,
I don't have
you're what?
15.
15?
No permit. And I'm like imagining myself driving this van out of the school and just like leaving. Like I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Not just school. I'm gonna leave.
Did you when you're doing this? Did you see yourself like with a partner?
No.
No, it's just on your own. It was not Thelma and Louise. It
Not
was
at
like,
all. Just me getting the hell out of there. Yeah. But it was like leave life. I mean, it was desperation. Like it was not just like I'm gonna leave school and go to the lake or something. I'm like gonna leave town. Like I'm just gonna leave. Like I'm gonna get on the hobo bus and I'm just gonna leave here and never come back. Like that's where I was at mentally.
But you were actually just gonna take your own bus. You're just like, I'll just take this bus.
It wasn't a bus. That was just a van.
Oh, okay. Well, a van. You could sleep in that and stuff.
So then I was like, well, maybe here's another idea. I was like, okay, that's kind of a crazy plan. So how about I'll just take these keys and I'll sell them and I'll just sell them off to the people that want keys to the school for whatever purpose.
Okay.
And then I'll just take the van for a little spin around the block just so I can say it, and bring it back and park it.
Wow.
So those were my two options I was like mulling over in my time of desperation. And so I shared my plan with some friends of mine.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? Because I was like a straight A student, never got in trouble, never got expelled,
You're
blah, blah, blah.
Complete criminal?
And they were like, if you do that, you'll never have a driver's license. You'll go to jail. Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, you guys are so dumb. Like,
what a buzzkill, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
to have fun here, you know?
Own thing, man. Make some cash on the side and take this van for a joyride.
So they got pretty upset about it, and I was like, all right. Okay.
Fine, I won't turn to a life of crime.
However, so I did nothing. I left the keys in the van, did nothing, walked away. Thanks, friends. But if I had stayed in high school, like if it had not panned out for me to leave that year, I would have done stuff like that. Like that's what I mean by if I had not left high school, I would have gone to jail. And that's sort of what I mean. Like you get into a very strange place when you're desperate.
Yeah.
And that's not me. Like that is not like me now then, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, and I mean, everybody's situation is different, but in this time, I haven't had any like real feelings of desperation because things have stayed relatively the same for me, except for like whatever.
Yeah.
Not going to the store as often.
Yeah. Not seeing friends and family.
Yeah.
Not going on a date. Not going to the movies. Like all those things. Yeah. I mean, no, but it's true. Like as far as being desperate, no, we're lucky because we're not in that. But there's definitely, I feel like desperation is happening. Like week 5 of something like this is when you start to kind of freak out.
Yeah. No, definitely. Well, and as like you hear about, more people dying and stuff, whatever, every few days.
Right.
And that's just like, well-known people or whatever.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah.
You like see a headline, oh, so-and-so from MASH or something. I don't even know.
No,
they're probably all dead anyway. Who cares? They were in the Korean War, man. Of course they're dead.
You mean in Hollywood, the Korean War that happened
Malibu.
in Hollywood? Yeah. Veterans.
Yeah, man. That is the weirdest opening sequence, man.
I know. I don't know what to say about it.
What MASH is on? Is that on Hulu?
I think
is that
so.
where we were watching that?
Yeah.
We watched a few episodes, and I watched it some as a kid or whatever. I don't know if we talked about this already, but like, this song is so weird and like forlorn and sad, and then it's like this, the whatever the shots of the helicopter coming in, and it's like, oh, this is Korea. This looks like Malibu or what, like the the mountains out there.
Yeah.
It's just like scrub brush and like.
Yeah. I know. It's very strange. I think that kind of sums it up though. Like that song is weird in a way that I think is like of that time.
Yeah.
It was probably very strange.
I don't know what the actual song is called, but somebody said it's something about suicide.
Seriously?
In the title or whatever, like
really?
the actual song.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy.
Caring is suicide or something like that.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm going to have to DuckDuckGo that.
That's awful. I hope that's not true.
DuckDuckGo just doesn't roll. I mean, I love them because they're paying our bills this week, but
no comment.
But it just doesn't roll off the tongue like Google. Google.
How about gaggle?
Gaggle? Like a gaggle of geese?
Yeah. I like to gaggle things.
Yeah. Do you think Google would be cool with that if you came out with a search engine company called Gaggle?
I don't care.
I'm not a part of your system. I steal buses from developmentally disabled people at schools.
That. See, I didn't do it, man.
No, you're good, but that's a good illustration of what desperation can do to you. So hopefully most of the people out there, all of the millions of people that are watching this, aren't getting too desperate. And if you are, just like chill.
Talk to your friends about it. That's my advice.
Yeah, talk to your friends. So hopefully your
Hopefully they'll
friends
give you good advice.
aren't criminals.
Well,
Because they
yeah.
might be like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
let's get that. Let's get those keys, man. We can get into everywhere.
Such a bad idea.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a narrow escape. It's too easy.
Almost. Babe almost turned to a life of crime. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that story. You had told me about that.
I think we would have never met had that gone on.
Yeah, because you would have been in prison camp or whatever.
I've been in juvie. Carrying on the tradition. So,
family traditions.
you've been listening to
Very
anything?
important.
Yeah, you've been listening to anything good lately? Anything you want to recommend to the folks?
I've been listening to many, many hours of the songs that are on Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as I play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's probably been the most listened to.
That's it?
Thing. No. I'm sort of joking.
Because I mean, I've
That's
also
pretty sad.
been listening to it.
Yeah.
Sort of haphazardly and whatnot. And it's not the worst. I mean,
No.
it's less irritating than Mario Brothers.
Sure.
They put some thought into it,
No, they did. Yeah, and it's fun to be able to go explore the worlds of Hyrule or whatever,
Yeah.
Since we can't go out and explore here, we're not supposed to as
That's
much.
true. Oh, you know what I think they should call that world?
What?
Haichu.
Haichu. Ooh, Haichu. Mango.
Bear candy.
Bear candy.
Yeah. No bear can resist it.
My mouth is watering a little bit.
Think if they made sour Haichu.
Oh. It's over, man, at that point. Maybe we can get a Haichu sponsorship.
Ooh. Uh-oh. That might not be good.
Someday.
What if they sent us boxes of Haichu? What would happen to you? You'd get the diabetes.
I would leave. I'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I got my truckload of Haichu, and I'm headed for the border.
That sounds like desperation to me.
Yeah, man. That's desperation number diabetes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we still are trying to watch Tiger King, right? I mean, we've gotten further in it.
Yeah, we're gonna finish watching it. I don't think there's too much left.
Okay. I've missed some here and there.
Yeah.
But
there was a funny thing. Oh, yeah. One of the things I listened to was Jeff Ross has a podcast called Thick Skin, which is Jeff Ross is the roast master general, the guy that does all the Comedy Central roasts and stuff like that.
He's good.
Bumping Mics. Dave Attell and Jeff Ross is great. And I really wanted to go see that tour. And boy, I'm sure glad I didn't buy tickets now.
I know. We talked about a lot of concerts and comedy stuff actually that we were thinking about doing, and we didn't do it.
We held off
I
because
guess
we were like, putting money aside for other things. But yeah, that turned out to be a good move.
I guess so, yeah.
Or whatever.
Bummer that it's canceled, but yeah.
Anyway, so he had a pretty funny thing this last week. The episode I listened to, Jeremiah Watkins called in to his show as the Tiger King, Joe Exotic from Texas State Prison or whatever. And I mean, we watched Jeremiah do Joe Exotic on Kill Tony, one of the quarantine episodes. It was fucking hilarious too.
Yeah, he's really good. It's pretty spot on.
Oh man, super spot on. And so I think they FaceTimed or whatever, and he was supposedly, at the jail or whatever. So it was visual too. It wasn't just the voice. And people legitimately thought that Jeff Ross actually got Joe Exotic to call into the show or whatever.
That's a good trick.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was April Fool's, right?
It was on April Fool's. Yeah.
That's a great prank.
Yeah, that was a fun one, definitely. Yeah, so I've been listening to podcasts and stuff. We have to catch up on Kill Tony quarantine episodes.
I can't wait.
I'm going to be taking my Kill Tony roasting masterclass.
Mm.
Since you've taken it already.
I keep telling you, if I go down that road, dude, it's not good. I can't roast. Because if I roast, then I won't stop. It's horrible.
I mean, that's perfect. For a roaster, we've talked about that.
Not if you're not making a career out of it. Like,
well, maybe that should be your career.
what if
Being
you're
mean.
roasting your coworkers or your
Perfect.
family?
That's your job when you're
You
the
know?
roast mistress.
Dude, no way, man.
You could be a roast master.
I have been. I'm telling you, I've already done this. And it's the part of why people don't like me. I mean, if you're Tony Hinchcliffe, well, you know, you can get away with it.
Yeah, I guess if you're one of the top rising young comedians, and you're in the Writers Guild, then you can probably get away with it.
Well, you know, I devoted my life to other things. What can I say?
But there is a legitimate. I mean, I don't think he's a complete asshole all the time or whatever. I guess your point is that you can't really turn it off. So like, if you play a heel, you know, like the wrestling heel,
yeah,
then that behavior just like continues.
It's like an addiction
Forever.
Yeah, it's like Tourette's.
Yeah, it's not something that you can turn off.
No.
You're like Daniel Day-Lewis or whatever. He has to like stay in character for like the whole shoot or whatever if he's doing a movie, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think you got a little taste of the tail end of it, like when we got together and when we were in the band. And that was just like my personality. Worked many years to reform that. So it would be really hard to go back because it would kind of be like someone that was like sober for many years going back to drinking. So.
Well, let's keep you on the straight and narrow,
Okay,
I guess.
thanks.
Let's keep you sweet as pie.
Thanks. Yeah, I know.
Just real agreeable.
Yeah. That's me. Don't you know?
Agreeable babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
What have you been doing like to pass the time besides moving your thumbs around?
Yeah, I am doing some body moving type of stuff. Listening to the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Going from side to side.
Yeah.
Passing the mic to Ad Rock or whatever. No, we've been doing some hikes and rides. Charlie, like, I happen to take this week off, and so we have like some sort of outdoor fun activity planned each day that we've been doing,
which is good.
That's been good.
And I did go on a hike with you.
Getting some hikes and rides in.
I found out that my endurance is very low.
Right. Which is to be expected. We need to get you on that Nordic track. Get you out there.
Yes, we have a new vintage Nordic track.
Yeah, we talked about that last.
But you got more stuff. I mean, it's starting to look like a full-on, fitness facility.
Yeah, that's been pretty cool. Like the gym I train at, Align, is they are a perfect example of like a gym or some other place that you pay a membership to that is like still providing value, even though we can't go there and do like the classes. Like, it's been awesome. So like, yeah, my trainer loaned me a bunch of equipment basically. So like a rower, like a concept to, like full on rowing erg machine, which is like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, like $1,000 piece of equipment or whatever. So I've got that here. Some weights, some bands, like basically, like block and belt type stuff. Like, it's just all, I got it.
You're going to get so jacked?
Dude, I'm going to get so cut and jacked, man. I mean, yeah. As you can tell.
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit like prison where you do want to make sure you're getting in the yard and getting in your reps because, you want to be prepared, but, you also want to pass the time.
For sure.
And I can use a few reps myself.
You need some reps, man.
Yeah. I feel like my ass and my stomach are just getting whiter by the second.
No. They are not.
I have so much junk in my trunk, can't get it shut. Anyway.
That's not a good image.
I know it's gross. That's what I'm saying. That's why we're shooting those from the neck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like right below where the camera is, like, whatever, cropped.
It's like Jabba the Hutt from
yeah,
the neck
basically.
down.
Yeah. Ho, 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 solo.
Yeah.
That's us all day, just laying here playing Zelda. No, I don't know. I think we're doing fine. But yeah, so anyway, like a line, good on you, thank you.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been awesome.
Yeah. So, and one other thing that we forgot to talk about in relation to the song that we put on this mixtape,
Yeah, Desperation number 5 by Scott Weiland from 12 Bar Blues came out in 1998.
Thank you.
That one?
Yeah. Is remember how we took that little field trip where we had to do some white trash research?
So wait, it was a field trip?
Yeah.
Where did we go?
To Hayfork. Do you remember that we went all the way to Hayfork?
Holy shit. Did we drive your Omni? Okay.
And I was.
This is ringing more of a bell. I remember your Omni had like horrible brakes.
Yeah.
And like the road to Hayfork is like super windy and twisty and up and downhill and stuff.
Yeah.
And like that was scary as hell in that car.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's scary in a normal car.
But it was
in
like
a tin can with very tenuous brakes, it's like not good.
So it was the middle of summer, and I was like very like wrapped up in this album and this 12 Bar Blues album, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna make this art that's inspired by this song, which is called Spam or whatever, and it's all about being white trash.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I get that.
Right.
So
the line goes, processed pig is white trash meat. Some people call it spam.
Right. So I made this whole spam thing.
Artwork.
Yeah. It had like a wife beater on it and some old Christmas lights. And
yeah,
it was really special. And I made it in my garage in the middle of it was so hot, like 120 degrees.
Yeah.
So I was about halfway through that and I was like, I just got to get some more like inspiration for this art that I'm making. So let's drive to Hayfork and really soak up, the white trash culture so I can finish this piece.
And did it work?
Yeah.
Did you write spam on it, or did it have like a spam can?
It had the spam logo on it.
The spam logo, but like you're a rendering of it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I've spent weeks on this stupid thing, and I was really excited about it when I got it done,
Yeah.
But I made the mistake of leaving it at my parents' house because it was too big to do anything with.
Yeah.
And my dad, he used it to build like a table out of it.
I was going to ask you what happened to the spam artwork.
Well, he just ripped out all the stuff off the plywood and reused the plywood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you probably stole the plywood from him in the first place.
I did, yeah.
Right?
I sure did.
Wow. So even like the surface that the media was all affixed to was sort of like a white like it was white trash from the ground up.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Was it like a used piece of
Yes.
plywood that was like laying around at your folks' house?
I only used things I could find on the property to make the art. That was like my challenge.
I did not get that at the time. I was like, what the fuck is she doing? And I don't know. So you thought of going to Hayfork.
Yeah.
You're like, you didn't ask me. You weren't like, oh, where would we find some white trash shit?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we talked about it. Maybe you were like, Hayfork's the place to go. I mean, I don't know. But we were like, let's go. And we just drove around. We never got out of the car. We were on a tour. We're like, oh, look at all these white trash things.
I have a vague recollection of stopping at the store there or something.
Maybe.
Like the Hayfork General Store. And then kind of like, what the fuck is going on here? Like there's one, it's like High Plains Drifter or something, It's like.
It's kind of like
weird.
You don't want to spend a whole lot of time there if you're not from there, I feel like,
Yeah, but not a desert
no.
Hay.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, not sand.
No.
Hay.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, so that was Spam. That was inspired. I forgot about that being inspired by uh, that album.
Yeah. Yeah. I was super into that.
Yeah.
There was a long obsession, like a year. And I think that's something that I miss, like getting obsessed with an album for a year.
Having the time to
Yeah.
really devote to it.
Yep.
Or just to keep thinking about it. I feel like, yeah, like I would definitely did that. And it seemed like there were some albums that I was obsessed with for multiple years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or whatever. And that just doesn't happen now. It's like,
There's
I
too
think
much.
now also, maybe it's different in that it's just easier to listen to things over and over and over if you are obsessed with something. A little bit because of earbuds and phones in your pocket and stuff. Like, so it's a little less novel. You don't have to like set aside time to do it.
You have to work for it.
Yeah, you don't have to like, oh, I'm going to take this car trip and I'm going to listen to this album 13,000 times in a row as I drive this van that I stole from school down to Mexico.
What are you talking about? Yeah, well, I mean, I do, in a way, I miss it. I miss having that time to sort of like just wear something out, just wear it out, just run it into the ground and just be like, I can't even listen to it anymore because I just like took it to the limit. But at the same time, I don't know if that's a good place to be. That's like a tricky little thing. It's like you get in there in that rabbit hole and it is fun for a while.
Yeah.
It's really satisfying and you can just like spin off on all of its iterations and then you kind of hit a wall where you're like, ugh, I'm so bored with that.
And then you can't listen to it for like 10 to 15, maybe 20 years. I mean, there's some things that have come back around where I'm like, oh, okay, I can listen to that again and enjoy it. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's good not to get quite that obsessed with it.
It's good for me probably because then I don't have time to be as much of an asshole.
Yeah. You don't do like a spam series or whatever, like 20 spam pieces over the next 10 years or whatever.
I think that's probably what I would be doing right now if we had not had children. That is probably what I would be doing. And that would be, in a way, very pointless.
Well, I mean, the good news is that I would be paying the bills,
Yeah.
with all my skills and my credentials and stuff and my go-get-'em attitude.
100. Yep.
So at least I've got that covered for us.
So you mean if I want to just quit all my jobs and just start making spam art again, that's I got to go ahead on that?
I think we'll find a way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Don't do that.
So, hey, I got news for you.
What?
We're in a new club.
What is the club?
We're in the AV club.
The AV club, the audio and visual club?
Right, because we have audio and we have
right there.
Visual.
Right there.
And we're combining them together.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're like using technology.
Like there's an A and then there's like a forward slash backslash and then a V.
And that's all because you figured out how to put the audio and the video together.
I figured out how to make it work one time, so hopefully I can make it work a second time.
I'm so happy about that. Can I just tell you? You did that.
Yeah.
You did that.
Well, cheers to that, babe.
Cheers. Oh, look, you spilled your dark necessities.
I spilled it right down my throat.
Oh, my gosh.
My bare necessities, my dark bare necessities.
Black bear.
Black bear. I spilled it. Well, I think I'm going to probably have another.
Oh. All right.
So, anyway, it's been nice to talk to you all. Hopefully, you're doing okay out there.
Yeah, hang in there.
Have a good week. And, babe.
Yes, babe.
I think I'm going to have another drink. And I love you.
All right. Love you too.